You know that phrase, we're so back? I like that phrase. I know that it's a bit of a brain rot term, but I like it. I think it's funny. Um, that's how I'm feeling today. That's how I've been feeling today. I uploaded 3 YouTube videos today. Check them out. It's January 14th. Um, and in the past few days that have um, followed my last recording session, I have gotten into a serious rut of confusion and, you know, anxiety and insecurity and all that mumbo jumbo that I talked about in my previous videos. I fell deeply into that mindset of, scarcity, and I was, deeply fearful of the future, and I let that fear of the future stop me from progressing into the future. It's a weird circle of life that continues around those type of thoughts. And today I feel like I was finally able to break out of that thought. Um, and I think something that helped me break out of that thought was being able to communicate my feelings. Um, a lot of spaces on the internet today, especially surrounding men and the menosphere, the menosphere. I don't know what they call it, but there's a huge stigma around being emotional and being vulnerable. A lot of men, shut that idea down immediately because it puts them into a more feminine light or whatever bull crap they try to, you know, indoctrinate us with. And I'm here to say that, bro, get out of here with that nonsense, man. There's a certain weight that's lifted off of your shoulders once you're able to communicate your feelings and rant about it. Last night I was extremely frustrated with my life, and I was able to vent that conversation with my younger sister, who is 17, almost turning 18. And it felt good. It felt nice, I always hold my tongue around certain people and about certain things because it's respectful. You don't want to be charging in front of people, telling them how you really feel and all that bull, because it always leads to conflict, and I don't like starting conflict. I don't like being the center of conflict. And so holding in all those emotions just made me feel so scared of just life in general. And that fearful mindset had stopped me from trying to progress in a way. And I, of course, spent hours on my phone. I booted up my PS5, blah, 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 blah. So much playtime on that fucking game. And shoot. Sorry, I think I'm gonna have to beep that out. I don't think I could swear. Dang, I just swear. One of my previous videos is talking about not swearing. Go listen to that video. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, yeah, I spent so much time the past few days in my comfort zone, and while I was in my comfort zone, I was getting frustrated, because I know that that's not what I wanted to do, but at the same time, that's all I could do because I was so frustrated with everything else in my life. And, being able to vent all those feelings out with a simple conversation in the company of somebody I can trust, it really lifts my back up. You know, I begin to suddenly fly and all that, and I just was like man, like all those Drake memes. I don't listen to him, by the way. I don't. But you know all those memes where it's like, guys, I needed this or whatever. I said that. As cringy as it might sound, I said that because I did need it. You know, sometimes you really just need a deep conversation where you can rant, and when you can, openly trust that none of what you say is gonna affect anything. And it felt good. I finally was able to get that chip off my shoulders, throw it out on the trash, and kind of restart. And that's what I wanted to touch on today. You're not going to improve in this new year if you're not willing to share your problems with people you can trust. Again, there's a lot of influence these days of keeping your problems bottled up and into yourself and using that as motivation to pump some iron in the gym, or as motivation to run, and blah blah blah, this and that. But it's good to talk, especially with somebody that you trust so deeply. It's good to get vulnerable for a second. I'm not saying that every day you can cry on somebody's shoulders. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there's a time and a place where talking about your feelings is good, and where it's actually needed for you to develop. There's so much stigma around not being emotional, and I hate that, because emotion is what drives most people. You need to be emotional about something in life in order to fight for something. And it's just what I wanted to talk about today, because that's what helped me out of the rut that I was in. Obviously, it didn't help 100%. Like, I'm not suddenly a billionaire, or I'm not suddenly enlightened to the point where I can see energy waves or whatever you want to talk about. But I am feeling better. And just that little teensy percentage of better can improve your mood so much, to the point where you begin to do certain things in your life that just help you. So don't be afraid to talk to people you trust. Let me get that clear. People you trust. Don't go talking to some acquaintance that you know from work or something. Like, sit down with somebody you actually trust 100% with, someone you could be dead honest with, because most people don't have good intentions. Most people will listen to you not because they actually want to listen to you, but because they feel obliged to, and they feel like it's the courteous thing to do in that situation, which good for them. But at the end of the day, you want to be really listened to. And I urge you, if you don't have anybody like that in your life, to find somebody like that in your life. I am very fortunate to have a few people like that. My siblings, my girlfriend, just for example. They are able to have a civil conversation with me and listen to all of my mistakes and all of my frustrations, and point me in a way that can benefit me. A lot of people will give you advice kind of benefiting themselves in a way. I don't know, but like, I'm getting off topic. Please, talk to somebody. Keeping emotions in yourself isn't healthy, no matter what emotion you're feeling. You know, if you're happy, go tell somebody you're happy. If you're sad, go tell somebody you're sad. If you're anxious, go tell somebody. You know, keeping things to yourself only creates more problems down the road. You know, it's 2025. You know, start opening up. Stop being a closed book, you know. So that's what I had on my mind today when I, you know, hit my button to start recording. And I hope that you found some importance in what I was saying, and I hope that you are able to relate to it a little bit and, you know, take the advice in a way that's good for you. You know, because that's all I want. You know, I just want to help. I appreciate for you listening this far. And I thank you for, you know, if you want to go down to the rest of my videos and, you know, watch them, I wouldn't mind. You know, I wouldn't mind. I'm a log off for the day. You know, enjoy the rest of your existence today, and I'll catch you in my next one.